Okay, here's another question with my Celtics. Everyone has agreed in Boston, and listeners, if you don't like basketball, I promise this is still instructive. Everyone has agreed, and poor Jayson Tatum is what's 26 years old,
Yeah.
that if we don't win it all this year, we're failures.
Right.
How does he sleep at night? How does he listen to, I hope he doesn't listen to ESPN, who are saying, like, if the Celtics don't win it all, they should just pack it up. They're not, and show up for the next game tomorrow night as a champion.
Yeah.
How do you externalize all the pressure and criticism and chatter?
Well, that is much harder to do today than it was for me 30 years ago,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Because I would have to go to a newspaper to see somebody say something negative about me. Now these kids open up their phones and they've got, like, you know, thousands of people in their mentions, right? And they
Yeah.
can't help themselves but to read them
No, because we're human, of course.
because you are human. And what really good athletes, what they have learned is how to hold that at bay. Because I'm not going to say that they don't listen to it.
Right.
Somehow they hold it at bay
Yeah.
so that they can get done what they need to get done. And um, the ones that can't do that get sucked into the vortex of social media, negative social media. And somebody like Jayson Tatum has been in the gym working on his craft so much, you cannot make him think that you know more as a fan that he knows as a professional. So he's somehow kept all of that at bay. And part of it is an understanding of the ecosystem.
Hmm.
That's the great thing
Say
about,
more.
well, guys like Jayson Tatum, and I'm trying to think of people, a guy like Nicola Jokic, who is the center for the Denver Nuggets, and we might be getting too granular for your listeners,
It's okay.
but
We'll put it in the show notes.
but we'll put it. But let's think about somebody like
No,
Jeff
stay with
Bezos. But
no,
no,
no, let's not think of let's stay with basketball. Let's stay in sports.
but anybody who is in their lives are public enough where they're getting negative feedback. They're getting positive feedback, but they're also getting a lot of negative feedback. You have to be built a certain way to
Huh.
be successful and to be able to say, I get what this is all about. This is all about the ecosystem. There has to be pundits on TV who are going to negatively talk about me. There are going to be fans who are fans and they don't know anything, but they're still fans. So I can't be negative to them, but I got
Right.
to understand that they don't know all of the things that I know. And I
Right.
got to be strong enough to keep it all at bay
Right.
and do my job.
Right. And that's how I earn my hundreds of millions of dollars too, is that
That's
people
right.
people, bitching about me at halftime on ESPN or paying my bills.
That's right. That's right.
That's really relevant, I think, for everyone who feels, maybe they're in a big new job, right? And the weight of the world feels like it's on their shoulders, is like, how do you step outside of the system? Because we're not, I'm no Jokic, right? Like I'm sensitive. I don't have
Yeah.
that Terminator like ability. Does that mean I can't be successful?
I don't, no, not at all. I just think the more you understand your situation from, so I guess you're being sort of globally empathetic, right? So
Hmm.
the more you understand the situation from those people who are shooting arrows at you, the more you realize it's not that bad.
Yeah.
At least that's how I do it. That's how I stay above the fray. And that's when I'm coaching or when I'm leading, that's how I try and keep my team above the fray. I have them, I try and help them understand that we're part of a bigger we're part of a bigger ecosystem here, and the more you understand that ecosystem, the better you can use it to your advantage.